Well, in business tonight, Minister in the Ministry of Economic Affairs and Investment, Marcia Cattle, has identified an area of weakness over the years regarding the way in which government deals with matters related to the drafting and management of contracts with third parties. She made the comments as she addressed a meeting of the Caribbean Regional Technical Assistance Center, or CARTAC, at the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Center. The minister says the issue of corruption continues to be a major concern for government, adding that Barbados must be able to call out the issues that confront it.
Whether the motives are less than noble or whether the issues stem from a lack of knowledge and capacity, the fact is that when it comes to contracting for government goods and services, we have to get clear about how we want to proceed and what is the kind of capacity that we need. And so we have seen, certainly over the last 10 years, that entities have entered into contracts, perhaps, and I will say, try to be generous and suggest that perhaps that they did not understand, and perhaps that they did not have the wherewithal to adequately negotiate.
The minister says as a result, one of the key objectives of government has identified is the need for a panel of negotiators.
It's a very practical consideration, but it is something that we think is an area for potential support, not just to Barbados, but throughout the region. And that panel of negotiators would review contracts, make sure that Barbados that the government is in the best possible position to be able to defend its practices, to be able to engage in financial obligations with other parties, and to ensure that there is transparency and that there is accountability in the process. And this is a quite practical area of capacity development that I think would benefit the country overall.
Small Business Minister Dwight Sutherland says government intends to use cluster development to help communities across the island to benefit from what he calls the economy of proximity. He made the comments during the recent launch of government's Trust Loan Fund.
A stronger community spirit can be cultivated and maintained nationally through clusters. It is believed that greater social cohesion could result from encouraging cluster formation among various entrepreneurial cohorts in Barbados. One benefit of this strategy is that it generates two major gains. One, a social gain, which is the more cohesive communities, and the second, an economic gain, which is increased competitiveness and profitability for the businesses.
Mr. Sutherland adds that government is therefore proposing to implement geographically based clusters throughout Barbados using the trust loan mechanism as a catalyst.
The aim of the initiative is to foster a national entrepreneurial spirit by encouraging collaboration, accountability, honesty, confidence among borrowers. Cluster members will be expected to engage in business development, training together, share business and business experiences, share opportunities, refer customers, form strategic partnerships, and generally trust and support each other.
And the minister adds that an important element of the cluster program will be the involvement of a community mentor who ideally will be an individual either indigenous or closely attached to the community and who also has been successful in some form of entrepreneurial undertaking. Well, it's time now to take a look at how stocks traded on selected exchanges across the region. We get started in Jamaica, where 1834 Investments Limited was the volume leader with 50,001,500 units at $1.13 each, and they were followed by Mayberry Jamaican Equities Limited and Siboney Group Limited. In Trinidad and Tobago NGL Limited was the volume leader with 2,250 shares changing hands for a value of $66,244.71, and they were followed by the West India Tobacco Company Limited and First Caribbean International Bank Limited. And right here in Barbados, First Caribbean International Bank was the volume leader, trading 175,000 shares at $2.86 each. And they were followed by Goddard Enterprises Limited